lovely stat came out on June 5th that when it comes to relievers in baseball, you've had the most appearances. Plus, you've had 3 opening starts. What has the season been like for you? Because the mentality, I'm sure, going to open a game to being a reliever would be a different preparation.
Kind of just feels like we picked up where we left off. Picked up where we left off. Yeah. It's kind of similar to the postseason right now. The team. I feel like the team it needs me right now in those spots where they're calling my name, and I'm just fortunate enough that I get that opportunity. I'm ready for it every time, and it's been fun.
What is a day in the life for you when you're going to say be a reliever? You don't know when you're going to come in sometimes, but what is your day prep like?
My day, I get here, I go contrast tubs, cold and hot, and then and I might sit in the red light bed, the red light therapy bed for a little bit, and then go through like a little prep routine with the trainers and strength coaches. Go in there for like about an hour, and then come out here for catch play, and then maybe catch a little nap, play some cards with Louie and Fish, and we go about our day playing the game.
I may be making this up, but sometimes when I look in the outfield and it's during BP, do you 3 play a game?
Yeah, we did until the appearances started getting up there, and then we stopped playing. Yeah, we played a little game in the outfield during DP. Me, Fish, and Louie, and it was just fly ball game. Take turns, try to catch fly balls. I lost many times. I'm very unathletic. Yeah, I can't run. Fish is very athletic. He's pretty good, and Louie. He can do everything. He does cartwheels and catch the ball.
I know, it's crazy. Has he ever tried to wrestle you guys?
Yeah.
It's like
that was a big thing last year when Louie came over to us. We heard that Louie wrestled, so I tried wrestling and did not go well. Sometimes I'll try to like egg him on and try to do that to him, but stay away from Louie if you're trying to wrestle.
Yeah, you're very brave. Well, Dalton was saying he also trained as a wrestler. He's like, as soon as he put me in one hold, I knew I got to tap out. But back to you, obviously. I just want to bring you back to a game earlier in the season in late March where you were hit twice in the game. Like the next day, how did you feel? But also during that game, are you kidding?
Yeah, I mean, the first one hit me, and that one was hard. That one was harder than the second one, but first one hit me like right in the meat of the thigh, so wasn't bad. I mean, lots of big bruise, but like that one wasn't bad. Still pitch, and then the next one just right off the inside of the kneecap. So that one was crazy to open up the season. That's pretty insane. And in the moment it hurt, but then like once I moved it around, I was fine. It's completely fine. And then after the game, Pete and Schneider came up to me and they were like, "How you feeling? Like what's going on?" And I was like, "I'm ready to go tomorrow. Like just put me in there tomorrow." And checked on me the next day. I was fine and put right back in there, and it was all over. So I mean that was a crazy way to start the season, but at the end of the day, I'm healthy. I was fine, so it's great.
Well, do you play poker at all? Because your poker face the first time you got hit, like I saw that looked painful. I went out. You had like no emotion that you showed.
I mean, I was just pretty frustrated, honestly. I was just frustrated that because Jose came out and he was like, "Hey, you're coming out of the game. Like, we're not doing this. That's 2 in a row. We're not taking any chances first game of the season." And I was just frustrated in the moment, honestly. And then came off the field and that felt fine. So that was the biggest part. But we're here.
Well, I do want to rewind to last year for a moment because it was your rookie season. So you go from pitching in the regular season, then you're on that massive playoff run that goes to the World Series. Did you have take a moment to reflect on what happened last year and just how crazy it was? Because I know this season there's already been you have that record I spoke about, but just everything that happened in your rookie year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest part of the season was when we went to LA in the regular season. I got my first save. That was the coolest. Taking it in I'm in the big leagues. That was cool.
You mean the one where you struck out Ohtani and Mookie Betts? Yeah, okay, I'll drop their names.
That one, and but then also I think back, really the playoffs was just a big blur to me. I do remember the champagne showers. Those were always fun. Me and Louie and Fitch always talked about that. But I will say, like, the bullpen game against New York, in New York, to win Game 4, that'll always be one of the biggest games of that I'll always remember. And it was just so cool that it took all of us that big. Everyone did their job that night, and to beat New York in New York to go to the next round was pretty special.
I know, and in life and in this career, you can't always talk about and think about baseball. Sometimes you take a little bit of a moment for yourself, including going and seeing 3 Days Grace during spring training. And you did also switch out your walkout song this year. Why did you switch it?
Well, in the off season, I was listening to a lot of 3 Days Grace. A lot of divorced dad rock. I love it. The old, like my old rock music, and yeah, it just worked out to that all season. And then we got the opportunity in spring training. Heine told us, like, he's like, hey, we're gonna go to 3 Days Grace if you want to go, and he was like, yeah. So we went and met them backstage. They're a great group, like very awesome, just talking shop and being with them. And then I was like, yeah, I'm changing my song. Like, Riot's sick, and so and obviously it's a Canadian band, so I thought that was gonna be pretty good for Toronto, and I think they like it. So
They love it. They love it. It's like one of them was here last weekend watching BP.
Yeah. Kale was here. So like, yeah, we know all of them. They come down on the field whenever they're around, and yeah.
I love that. I just need to rewind a divorced dad rock. That is the first time I've ever heard that. Who else will be in that category? I'm here for it.
Like Pearl Jam, Nickelback, like that type, that genre. Yeah.
I do want to go to your hometown, so it's Lewis.
Lewis, yeah.
You became like part of Cape's first baseball team to win that state championship. What do you remember about that celebration? Because I do remember you had quite the different do than you had now. Are you ever going to bring back the Mohawk?
Oh, the Mohawk. Yeah, that was pretty wild. No, I'll probably never bring that back, but I'll let George have that one. George kind of has the Mohawk. But no, what I remember that day was, we had probably one of the best groups in Delaware ever, like, on a baseball team. So just a great group of guys, like lifetime best friends. Still talk to them to this day, everyone. And I feel I came to get the last out of that game. I just remember the dog pile. Everyone was way too heavy. I was like 150 pounds back then, so everyone jumped on me. And it was awful. I couldn't breathe. But no, it's honestly like that. And then, like, when we win, we won last year in the playoffs. It's all the same. It's all like, it's obviously high school baseball is on a smaller scale, but it's the same adrenaline, same feeling, like when you win something. So.
What's the adrenaline of seeing your 3-year-old dog, Thumper, I believe is her name, seeing you come home after a game, and the love, and how much would you love to have a bark at the park?
Good or bad outing, I come home and I get to see Thump's face every night. So, it's awesome. He greets me at the door. He's a little French bulldog, so he's a gremlin. Say the least. But I think Toronto would love Bark at the Park. I mean, I think we should do it. Whatever that looks like. Yeah.
As a player, what is it like for you, or would it be like for you to look out into the stands and seeing a bunch of dogs potentially doing the Simba camp?
That'd be awesome. I think going in the minor leagues, you have Bark at the Park everywhere you go. So coming here in the major leagues, I think that would be really cool. I think all the boys would love it. Like, I think we would all be looking at all the dogs around here.
Cairo, Marnie, you hear that?